Start with something very simple.
Yeah,
You
sure.
tell us something about yourself.
So lots of local activism work, dealing with people, something I really like to do, because it's nothing more than nothing better than to look at people and see what they're going through and experiencing their life. For example, last week I saw this lady who was basically she's a 77-year-old senior citizen. She's being evicted from her house. She stays in a local council house. Husband passed away 22 years ago. She has no finance. She only relies on welfare aid every month, 300 ringgit. And that basically keeps her going. She can't pay for a monthly bill. And now she's facing being put on the streets. But like many people like her, have the inner drive and ambition to think that life is tough, but we have to face it. We have to come out of it. So that's one thing which I see is very, very positive. I actually help out in a soup kitchen in Kuala Lumpur. A group of us young people who try to provide whatever little we can to people who basically have no hope and nothing in life. People who help us are tremendous. So you always see that Malaysians are extremely generous, although people do not think that way, but I've seen it myself. I think Malaysians on their own, like what you've said, are fantastic people, but we are part of a system, part of a hierarchy, which is trying to probably break that mold. And that is why we are on a very dangerous part, I think. Because if you leave the other issues aside, leave the politics aside, Malaysians are great. But once you bring in the politics and everything that comes with that, and then you have people who try to divide society, try to break that social fabric, which we all think is great, do something very disastrous. My serious worry is that we stop being Malaysians and we start going back to our own shells, into what the people at the top want us to be. They want to divide us as much as possible, whereas we on our own are actually quite united. And I'm afraid that that social fabric, which is being distorted by the people at the top, the powers that be, can actually tear the whole country apart. I met police officers who are very sympathetic to our cause, and besides officially, were actually supportive of what we're doing. If you speak to these persons privately, this officer said, if I was not a police officer, I would have joined you in your rally. The police told me that we need people like you. We need you guys to not be quiet, to stand up and be our voice, because we don't have a voice. We need you guys to continue what you're doing, although you pay a price by having to be land in jail, face being charged in court. I'm going to be charged next month actually. But if they themselves feel that we need your assistance to promote a new Malaysia, then I think there's no reason why we should stop. I only have one home, and that's Malaysia. The Malaysia we really want is not a dream. It's a reality which we can actually go, which can feel. We just haven't got there yet. Malaysia really, really has a chance, but we have to act fast. I think Malaysians today are like Egyptian mummies. You have this cloth wrapped around you, white cloth, and you're put to rest, you're buried, and you wake up every 5 years, go to a polling booth and vote, and you go back to sleep. It's a time to reclaim our democracy. Remove that white cloth, wear yellow, and say that we want to have a part, we want to have a say in where our country goes. We have to do it now. Time is running out. I think the Malaysia we want will be that for all of us to be equals. There shouldn't be any segregation in society. And that, I think, if everyone is united, can lead Malaysia into the country which we should have been, which we are not, but what we can be.